Yo, is that Jack Doherty and his parents? Yo, how does it feel that your son's the most hated kid on the internet?
Where'd you come from?
Yo, he's like,
I'm the most hated kid on the internet. Why are you at my door?
yo, he's broke, he's banned, he kissed the Island Boys.
Just go.
Yo, you really felt.
Jack Doherty built his entire career on daring the internet to hate him, and if the latest revelations from his ex-girlfriend McKinley are any indication, he's still not interested in being saved.
Pushes me as hard as he can into the wall. He's like, "You're a stupid fucking whore, you fucking whore," and he's spitting on me. I was terrified. I didn't know if he was about to beat the shit out of me. We had guns.
Jack has turned every bridge he has burned into a view, every outrage or taunting into a thumbnail.
Most infamously, Jack Doherty. Working with him, I got to see the crazy sides of him that no one else will ever get to see. And today, the truth comes to light, and I'm exposing it all for everyone to know.
And now he's found out the hard way. The kid who once tiptoed through the day after Halloween prank morphed into the guy flooring a McLaren in the rain while reading chat, smashing into a barrier on stream, and still pointing a camera at his bleeding camera guy. Because content always comes first, and at least his Richard Mill is still okay.
I don't know how to feel right now, guys. I'm sad, bro. I'm so sad right now. Sadness can't even express how sad I actually am. At least my Richard Mill is still okay. Just kidding.
He used to celebrate getting kicked out of Walmart. Now the fallout looked like police lights, lawsuits, and platform bans stacked like trophies for a sport he could no longer afford to play. The pattern wasn't subtle, but it was clear as daylight. When his kick numbers didn't add up, a dashboard caught what many called robot views, a graph lurching upward with almost no chat to match. He waved it off by saying haters are broke. Go talk in the sponsor chat, but the receipts didn't care what he thought. A week later, he was live on Twitter promising to buy meme coins, before loading into a token minted an hour earlier and named after his latest crash. He then went quiet and viewers watched the chart do exactly what everyone feared. He ended the stream, the coin cratered, and the accusations of a rug pull wrote themselves. The next day, he tried it again. And in times when clout didn't come easy, he forced it. In Los Angeles, a stream sniper slapped him. Jack and his bodyguard swung back.
You're getting chips everywhere. All right. Enough.
Kick dropped the hammer with another ban, another rant, another bridge gone. Many were left wondering how he was still streaming with all the trouble he had caused and been in. This wasn't an isolated flare-up. Months earlier, outside a Halloween party, his guard leveled a man with a single shot to the face. This led to a collapse onto concrete that later reappeared in a personal injury lawsuit describing a 2-on-2 let's fight taunt, a punch, and a creator who continued to monetize the clip while the plaintiff counted stitches and legal fees. Even his insurer wanted out of the smoke. Filings showed State Farm asking a judge to detach them from the mess entirely. The money machine that kept everything spinning was uglier up close. Shorts cut to the exact cadence kids click on "Don't talk in the mic" and "I'll buy you whatever you want." Candy-coated errands through Target and toy aisles pinned beneath links to OF pages.
Don't talk into the mic and I'll buy you whatever you want. Do you understand the rules of the game? Before you start, can you just tell them your name? Oh, you almost got me. All right.
When scrutiny tightened, the mask slipped. On No Jumper, he tried the redemption lines of his calmer, now learned a lot.
Reflect on that and probably not do that again, or try to learn from it. But yeah, I mean, live streaming like your whole life, obviously everyone makes mistakes. So it's just like, when you do, at least the whole internet can talk shit and you can learn from it.
Yeah.
He then insisted most girls he signed were older than me, only for McKinley to allege he'd threatened to send her home if she didn't start an OF.
He also has these girls in his videos that are all signed to his agency, and he takes a majority of their income and pays them a small salary, a small fraction of what they bring in. And Jack will say,
Natalie Reynolds claimed contracts with no end date and accused him of hovering around girls who were 17 and waiting for birthdays on yachts to ink 50% splits. Neon amplified the same story crudely on stream. None of it has seen a courtroom verdict, but the symmetry of the accounts made people look harder at the pipeline and at who it targeted. Then the universe tested what he valued. He crashed the McLaren. Kick banned him again after the bodyguard's scuffle. He tried to tip goodwill back into the ledger with jet skis for the injured cameraman, donations to bigger streamers, only to get publicly finessed for a few $100 and laughed off the stage. He called it jealousy, but it felt like what most would call karma. And finally, the center snapped. McKinley changed the passwords, called the cops, cleared the house, and by his own calculation, took $500,000 a month of his revenue with her.
Changed all of her passwords to all of her social media accounts that I blew the up because she's my girlfriend, like the and she just took, like, evil, bro, evil. She just took 500 grand a month from me. Evil, bro. She's been plotting.
This is the ledger Jack Doherty wrote in public. He always said nothing would stop him. What if the thing that finally did wasn't a ban or a court order, but a world of fans who just didn't care anymore, a machine that stopped paying, and a reputation too toxic for even the grifters to stick around? You see, before all this, Jack Doherty was just a kid with a camera and a knack for turning small moments into massive numbers. At 12, he flipped a single bottle on his kitchen counter, then another, then a dozen more, until a full table of successful landings turned into the viral claim, "I flipped all of these." That one clip racked up over 30 million views and transformed an anonymous middle schooler into YouTube's next suburban prodigy. Within half a year, he went from a few hundred subscribers to well over 100,000, fueled by the kind of innocent challenge content that defined YouTube's mid-2010s golden age. Those early videos painted Jack as polite, almost shy. He wasn't yelling at security guards yet. He was going trick-or-treating the day after Halloween, sheepishly explaining to strangers that he just missed the day.
Yo, what is up, guys? Jack Doherty here, back with another video. Today I'm gonna be going trick-or-treating the day after Halloween. Yeah, I got my GoPro on my head. I'm just gonna tell people I'm a doctor or something for Halloween, and I'm just using this as I'm just using it as a thing, whatever they wear.
At that time, the only thing being tested was how far his childlike mischief could go before it turned annoying. It worked. People saw a kid playing in the same sandbox as Jake Paul or Tanner Fox. But attention is a tricky teacher. The more Jack filmed, the more he realized boundaries made better thumbnails than safety. His first real test came when he decided to visit the FaZe house, YouTube's holy site for young fans chasing validation. His mom drove him there herself, waited in the car, and even helped block the driveway to film his attempt at meeting the team.
What is, guys? We're at the FaZe house right now. Oh my god. Yo, we're here. Oh my god, guys. Look, this is a G Fuel car and everything.
When the video went live, it wasn't about crossing a line. For him, it was about proving he could. Jack learned that breaking rules felt like progress, especially when adults smiled through it. It was the moment the algorithm met parental permission and gave birth to a creator who'd never see too far the same way again. However, it's no surprise that he is no longer friendly with the FaZe clan anymore, as FaZe Banks would say in a much later now-deleted post that he should have done the world a favor by ending him. As Jack's numbers grew, so did the noise. These videos became the blueprint for what he'd later perfect, public disruption disguised as youthful fun. He'd play Floor is Lava across shopping aisles, climb displays, grab the intercom to shout nonsense, and film employees' frustration like it was part of the act. The wildest part? His father was often right there with him, laughing, recording, and sometimes appearing on camera.
So I'm here with Andre and Justin. They're in the car right now, but basically we're gonna go to Walmart. My dad's gonna drive us there, and we're gonna do the Floor is Lava challenge because you guys really seem to like the first one, and I wanna know if this video could smash 10,000 likes.
It seemed like it was a family business at some point. Every time a store manager told him to leave, every "we got kicked out" thumbnail became proof that misbehavior was profitable. Jack was learning in real time that the more boundaries he broke, the more the internet and his own household rewarded him. Flush with YouTube money, Jack began seeing attention as something you could purchase. His next stunt targeted one of gaming's biggest names, Ninja. During a live stream, Jack flooded Ninja's chat with donations, each carrying the same taunting message: "Call me Dad," over and over. He tried to force a reaction, and when Ninja finally refunded the money and blocked him, Jack flipped the narrative. In his own video, he painted himself as the disrespected fan, claiming Ninja was ungrateful for rejecting generosity.
years old, chill, lol. Mr. Beast made a vid donating to you and you were fine with it. Why can't I do it? The video has 1 million and it's helping the both of us. So like, I was basically saying like, the video's doing really good, it's helping me with subscribers, it's probably helping you because it's getting your name out there even more, which like, all my subscribers even like know about it.
He wasn't just trolling, he was buying Humiliation and calling it content. Offline, his antics were finally catching up. He was getting school suspensions for filming pranks in hallways, an eventual expulsion after another altercation, but obviously, instead of reflection, it gave him what he always wanted: more time to film.
Gotta get this over with pretty fast because my parents are super pissed off at me and I'm still dealing with a lot of stuff behind the scenes, and as you could tell by the title of the video, I got expelled from high school. So there was
He staged mock arrests, vlogged tearful clickbait like "I got caught by the cops," and ended every controversy the same way, with a shrug and a smile. Even when reality TV tried to intervene with his brief appearance on Dr. Phil, Jack turned it into another performance. The show highlighted his harassment of neighbors and his brother's stolen car incident, yet Jack offered no apology, only deflection.
I think you're energetic and I think you're a hard worker. I think if you would morph things into being more creative and...
I think they're so creative. No one's ever done those types of stuff.
Okay, we're done here.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to give him some advice and he wants to talk rather
Jack,
than listen.
don't interrupt him
He's very
again,
hard to
please.
get along with. I'm sorry.
Jack,
He's
could
gonna
you give him
get
another
talk.
chance? Jack, please don't interrupt
I was
anymore.
just trying to be nice.
Let Dr. Phil speak. You're not being
No,
nice.
I've
You're
tried
interrupting.
several times to give him some advice.
Dr. Phil warned that fame without restraint leads to ruin. Jack smirked like he'd just been handed a new slogan. To him, every consequence was still just another upload waiting to happen. The Walmart aisles became Jack Doherty's first real stage. What began as harmless pranks quickly turned into full-blown performances of defiance. The format was walk into a store, make chaos look effortless, and wait for security to show up.
Don't take pictures of me. I'll break your camera.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will.
I doubt it. I'm 15. You'll go
I
to
don't
jail.
care if you're 15.
You'll go to jail.
You respect me.
All right, and you respect. Oh, hey! Ricky! 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 Sir, you cannot touch a kid. I will leave her, otherwise I will call the police. Give me my camera.
I will call the police.
Give me my camera.
You don't record me.
I was not recording you.
Yes, you were.
It was...
Try to get kicked out became less of a challenge and more of a production cue. He'd climb displays during Flora's lava challenges, snatch the intercom to announce jokes, or sprint through checkout lanes like they were obstacle courses.
Bikes, let's go. And right as we were about to go buy some more toys, this happened.
Hey guys, Walmart doesn't want you here.
Really? We're just trying to buy kids' toys.
It's not my fault, it's Walmart's fault.
Who can we talk to?
We'll talk to Walmart.
I'm gonna be an environmental protester. I'm gluing myself to the ground. I'm not leaving. Right. W Security, sorry. I appreciate you more. Merry Christmas. Dude, you're a big guy for Walmart.
I don't work for Walmart, I'm a cop, bro.
Oh, dead ass? That's what I say. I was like, Walmart you could just steal from. So.
Not when I'm here.
Hell yeah. Hey, challenge accepted. No, I'm kidding.
By the time Jack Doherty joined Kick, he wasn't just chasing views anymore, he was chasing something harder to explain. The platform's anything goes culture suited him perfectly. Here, chaos was monetized. To feed the timeline, he surrounded himself with a rotating cast of internet misfits like the Ireland Boys, Neon, and Fousey, an unholy trinity of controversy.
Hey man, what y'all do for a living?
Man, look bro, it's not even business, bro. We do our work.
Yeah, man, we make out, man. Island boy, man. Man, gay, man, say, man, man. Mwah.
See what Testa doing.
Tell the door and go, Beta said, hey, yo, you're a bitch. You're a little...
Their streams were a blur, really. People shouting over each other, drinks spilling, insults flying, and Jack at the center, smirking into the camera as the chaos erupted around him. But for someone who built his career on seeming fearless, Jack's bravado had limits. To maintain his image without risk, he brought in what became his most infamous accessory, a massive bodyguard who followed him everywhere. The man's size alone was a message to anyone who tried to mess with Jack. Whenever a prank went too far or a stranger pushed back, the bodyguard would step forward and suddenly Jack's smirk returned. It was borrowed bravery, a layer of muscle that let him keep provoking people without ever facing real consequences himself. He'd pick fights with grown men in parking lots, yell at locals during IRL streams, then retreat behind the wall of his hired protection. The danger was artificial, but the intimidation was real, and it made his content feel volatile, alive, and increasingly disturbing. That recklessness eventually escalated to physical harm on the night of October 28, 2023. Jack Doherty walked into David Dobrik's Halloween party armed with a live stream, a cameraman, and his new favorite prop, his bodyguard. The house was packed with creators, influencers, and a swarm of people who either admired or despised him, depending on which side of the internet they came from. Outside the venue, Jack got into a confrontation with two guests, one of whom was later identified as Chase. The argument started over words, but ended with something far worse. Within seconds, Jack's bodyguard stepped forward and swung, landing a full-force punch that sent Chase collapsing backward onto the pavement. The sound of impact echoed through the crowd, followed by a brief silence and then chaos. The scene looked more like a fight night than a party. Jack didn't step in to help or even check if the man on the ground was conscious. He turned the camera back on himself. We got him, as if the clip had already paid for itself. The video was uploaded within hours to his social channels. First to Kick, then to YouTube, then clipped on Twitter with captions like "Don't mess with us" and "Security doing his job." That moment became content, recycled and repackaged across every platform like a badge of honor. The internet's reaction wasn't what he expected at all. Even his usual defenders struggled to spin it. Jack used his security guard to bully people. Shows what kind of person he really is. The security guard punching the partygoer was uncalled for. I honestly don't know who I hate more, Jack or the bodyguard. The clip showed everything too clearly: the unprovoked hit, the victim's head smacking the concrete, the camera still rolling as Jack grinned in the background. Lawsuits followed soon after, citing assault and negligence. But for Jack, the violence had already served its purpose. It gave him another viral moment, another spike in views, another excuse to play the victim once the backlash hit. As YouTube Shorts exploded into dominance, Jack Doherty adapted with machine-like precision. He began pumping out bite-sized chaos at industrial speed. 30-second bursts of pranks, arrests, fake drama, and shirtless skits that all followed the same algorithm-tested formula. Every clip started with a loud hook, someone yelling, running, or getting caught, followed by quick cuts, punchy sound effects, and the same recycled music beds heard across the app. The result was pure brain rot material. Overstimulating edits built to hijack short attention spans and feed endless scrolling.
Bro, drunk drove here with his dog in the car. This crazy fan drunk drove 2,000 miles to my house with his dog in the car. He even crashed into my gate and totally wrecked his car. This is what he just did to his car at my house, right? So we called the cops and they arrested the guy, but they told us they were just gonna leave the dog behind. I don't know what they're gonna do with the dog, but I want to take him in, but the cop told me not to touch the car. Good boy. No, we be good boy again. So I went and asked the cops if we could take care of him. And after a ton of convincing, they said yes. He may seem vicious, but he's my friend. Come here, buddy. Oh my gosh, no, that's insane. He's not getting his dog back. Look at him, look at his fur. Yeah, bro, he's definitely hungry. Someone should get him food. Can someone get him food? That is insane. Where's the cop at, bro? Put this man in jail. Look at him, he's so skinny and like fudged up everywhere. Not being treated right. Of course not. Are you gonna let bro take his dog back after that?
But Jack wasn't just chasing views, he seemed to be targeting a specific audience: kids. The setups were simple and cartoonish: pretending to get arrested in a parking lot, stealing a cookie in front of a cop, arguing with teachers, and pulling pranks on random shoppers. The jokes were easy to follow, the reactions exaggerated, and the energy manic enough to keep any 12-year-old glued to the screen.
My friend Colby always eats yogurt, but I absolutely hate yogurt. That was so disgusting.
Why? You don't like it?
So today, I'm gonna swap out Colby's yogurt with lotion to see how she reacts. So when I got back from the store, I took her yogurt and did this. Now we're gonna fill up her yogurt with lotion. This is so disgusting. Oh, yeah. All right, now we're gonna put it back in the fridge and wait for her to eat. Subscribe, because she's about to get so mad at me. Ew.
That was the darker genius of his system. The same content that hooked millions of children funneled traffic to OnlyFans models he managed, many of whom appeared in those same short-form videos dressed as prank partners or collaborators. Jack had effectively created a marketing pipeline disguised as entertainment. Kids watched for the stunts, adults clicked for the suggestion, and Jack profited off both. You see, Jack Doherty's empire wasn't built alone. It ran on the backs of the women he recruited, promoted, and by many accounts, exploited. Each became a character in his content ecosystem, a cog in the larger machine that blurred the line between viral pranks and adult marketing. Together they formed what audiences began calling the roster, a revolving cast of women whose job was to bait attention, play along with Jack's provocations, and funnel that engagement into their OnlyFans accounts, all managed, of course, under Jack's direction. McKinley Richardson was the face of that machine. She appeared in countless shorts that blurred innocence and suggestion, and most infamous being one where she told a child, "Don't talk and I'll buy you anything you want." A joke that played like grooming bait dressed as humor, especially since the mic wasn't an actual mic, but a banana.
Don't talk in the banana, and I'll buy you whatever you want. What's your name before you start? You're not gonna tell me? You look so pretty. Okay, you win. What do you want?
Hello Kitty doll.
A doll? Okay, perfect. Well, let's go find one.
In another, she dangled a candy cane and delivered a string of innuendos so on the nose, it felt deliberately engineered to provoke outrage and curiosity. Every one of these clips ended the same way, a pinned link leading to her OF. What looked like a harmless prank video was actually a storefront, and Jack was the salesman. However, on some occasions as well, McKinley was the butt of Jack's jokes. One of his kick streams, Jack drove a golf cart with McKinley in the passenger seat, speeding across concrete while trying to capture the perfect reaction for his chat. The moment veered from playful to terrifying in seconds. The cart flipped, slamming onto its side and pinning her underneath. In the footage, Jack's voice bursts with panic for a split second, then the camera keeps rolling. McKinley later said she was sure he did it on purpose, that he was straining to make the crash happen because the clip would hit harder. Even when she was hurt and couldn't move, Jack's priority wasn't her safety, it was the footage. He left her in pain and went to film with Antonio Brown on a yacht that same night.
I went to a basketball game with ex-quarterback Antonio Brown.
Then came Michelle Scott, whose transition from kid prank collaborator to adult content creator was just as unsettling. In one clip, filmed inside a toy store surrounded by children, she flipped a line about Crocs being in sport mode into something explicitly sexual.
These changed my life. We all know Crocs have two modes, chillin' mode and sports mode. And I'm always running late, so that got me thinking. Can putting my Crocs into sport mode actually give me a speed boost? Well, I guess it's time to find out. So I grabbed my favorite Crocs and headed to the nearest speed testing location. After stretching and warming up for a bit, it was time to put these Crocs to the test. I started with my Crocs in chillin' mode. My first couple attempts ended Crocless, but I figured out how to keep them on and finished 50 meters in about 9 seconds. Now it's time for what we've been waiting for, sports mode. Instantly, I felt weightless. I finished 50 meters in 5 seconds. That's way faster. Subscribe if you've ever been late.
The link below the video quietly did its job. The shock value was the point. Jack's strategy relied on towing the line between family content and suggestive marketing, exploiting how far he could push before the algorithm caught on. Camila Araujo, a former MrBeast collaborator, gave the operation legitimacy. She was well-known, attractive, and presented as the normal one, a bridge between mainstream YouTube and Jack's adult ecosystem, but even her presence was wrapped in manipulation. Jack filmed her with her brother and even her father in innocent family-style bits that twisted into suggestive jokes halfway through.
Alright, I get this question way too much, even in school, basically everywhere I go, if I ever get recognized. What do they mean if it's pink?
Dude, I told you.
Don't hit me with the car.
I don't know what I have to tell you, but...
You're hiding something, clearly.
I'm not hiding anything.
Say that shit with a straight face.
It is my Audi R8.
No, it's not. You have a pink... Okay, there's so many things that's pink. Literally, look. There's so much shit that's pink that it can't just be your Audi R8.
That's like the most expensive pink thing.
Okay, hold on.
Or, I mean, it could be
like a hot or cold game.
Sure.
Is it an object?
Yes.
Something that you can hold?
Yes.
You can hold the object, okay. Is it like an electrical device?
No.
It was a pattern of introducing the wholesome, then tainting it just enough to make it clickable. Camilla's collaborations blurred that edge further when she began appearing at kid meetups, smiling for selfies with young fans, while the videos promoting those same events linked directly to her adult content.
Wait, so how was it meeting me?
You look ugly because in the video you don't have pimple and you have pimple here. You look ugly.
So you think I'm ugly?
Yes.
I don't want to have kids now because of you.
But you're not gonna have the same kid.
Yeah, you're right. I hope not.
And then there was Natalie Reynolds, the Chaos Agent. She became the unofficial mascot of Jack's shock content phase. Her Her stunts were engineered to dominate For You pages through controversy alone. Walking into gyms wearing painted-on jeans, faking pranks in an Amish village, driving a free candy van through a neighborhood.
A Miami influencer by the name of Natalie Reynolds, well, she got herself and her crew arrested for a Christmas prank that involved them driving around in a U-Haul or a kidnapper van with the sign that reads "Free."
She also staged confrontations with people she called crackheads, and nearly drowning herself on stream for attention. Each one was crazier than the other, but each also brought in massive traffic spikes, especially during Jack's kick streaming grind. Individually, they all played roles: girlfriend, collaborator, influencer, but together they formed a playbook. The roster was both content and commodity, a perfect fusion of sex and strategy that turned viral attention into profit, no matter how humiliated or harmed in the process. With all of this, Jack Doherty began bragging about his earnings. He had already outgrown the illusion of being just a YouTuber. On paper, the videos, the stunts, pranks, and kick streams looked like his main hustle. In multiple interviews, Jack admitted that YouTube accounted for only around 10% of his total income. The real money came from this OnlyFans management operation disguised as a creator house. It was this agency that signed women under the promise of exposure, handled their marketing, content coordination, and fan interactions, and in return, took a hefty percentage of everything they made. The model was disturbingly efficient. Jack provided the audience, his editors and collaborators handled the logistics, and the women became both talent and bait. Each was offered what sounded like a dream deal: a fixed salary, professional management, and guaranteed promotion across Jack's massive platforms. What they often got instead were restrictive contracts that handed him creative control, and in some cases, their likeness rights. Behind the camera, he was less a manager and more a middleman, someone who monetized attraction while remaining one step removed from accountability. Jack Doherty signing minors to OnlyFans contracts, fake IDs, full-on child trafficking, and protected by the liberals and Pedo Inc. itself. Plenty of streams showing them all together and live streaming their sick ways. The economics were predatory by design. The agency took major revenue shares, sometimes more than half of the creator's earnings, while keeping the illusion of mutual success alive through expensive props, cars, and staged giveaways. To outsiders, Jack appeared to be the young mogul who made it, a self-proclaimed business genius. But to those inside his orbit, he was a gatekeeper siphoning value from everyone he touched. The moral bankruptcy wasn't a side effect of his business, it was the business. By the spring of 2024, the people who once orbited Jack Doherty's world began turning against him. On March 30th, a group that included YouTubers the Ireland Boys and his longtime editor Matthew JGL uploaded a video that detonated the illusion Jack had built around himself. Titled, "Jack Doherty Must Be Stopped," it wasn't a diss track or a drama bait reaction. It was a methodical dismantling of his public image, piece by piece, from people who had lived inside the machine. They accused him of substance abuse, of being perpetually wired and erratic during shoots, of creating an environment fueled by Adderall and Red Bull where everything from sleep, empathy, and safety was secondary to numbers.
Him, especially knowing that he wakes up, he pops all day, every day in order to function. And if he doesn't know how to act. He can't get out of bed. And most people will never see that side of him.
According to them, Jack's entire moral compass pointed toward money.
Jack's own brother says all the time that the only thing he thinks about is money, and he says it literally to anybody new that comes into the house. He will make it known at some point.
They described a house where every collaborator quietly hated being there but stayed because they had no choice. Jack was their paycheck, their exposure, their hostage taker disguised as a business partner.
And on my own separate occasions, everyone in the team would come to me on their own time and talk about how they hate it there, they hate working with Jack, they want to pick something else, but they have no other option, so they feel like they're stuck. Just recently, I was going back and forth with Jack on Twitter. Grace, which is one of Jack's girls, sent me a Snapchat telling me to talk about the messages that I have with McKinley, so she's literally trying to help.
The video also laid bare what insiders already suspected. The majority of Jack's audience wasn't adults at all.
But majority of his audience is younger kids. Just take a look at this video. These are fans coming up to him out in public. Those are the type of kids that are watching these videos.
His editor claimed that analytics and live meetups made it obvious. Crowds of middle schoolers lined up for photos while their parents waited outside, unaware that the same faces appearing in those family-friendly shorts were cross-promoting adult subscription pages.
He also has these girls in his videos that are all signed to his agency, and he takes a majority of their income and pays them a small salary, a small fraction of what they bring in. And Jack will say,
it was a bait and switch operation running in plain sight. To fill the moral vacuum, they included petty but telling anecdotes. Jack stealing snacks at grocery stores, walking out with unscanned items at self-checkout, treating theft like a game. Jack fired back almost immediately. His response video was a predictable tantrum masked as confidence. He called the Ireland Boys jealous, accused Matthew of hypocrisy, and insisted that there's nothing to expose. Everything I do is already out there. He framed their testimonies as betrayal, claiming they were clout-chasing opportunists angry that he had cut them off. What he didn't do was refute the substance of their claims. For every accusation, his defense was the same. If I did something wrong, I'd be in trouble, but I'm not. It was the logic of someone who equated consequence with guilt, blind to the fact that the reckoning had already begun. Then came the most disturbing wave of allegations, those involving minors. Around this same period, a former associate known as Norway alleged on stream that Jack had been hosting underage girls at his house. He claimed to have warned Jack multiple times after discovering a 17-year-old staying overnight, yet nothing changed. Jack, I messaged you and told you to kick them out, and then you didn't do shit about it because you were in Dubai. But yeah, Ace was chilling with 17-year-olds at your house without an NDA. That's crazy. They didn't even sign an NDA, they just pulled up. That's why you got scared when I called the cops on the girls when they were drunk driving because they were 17. Screenshots surfaced of messages exchanged between the girl and Norway, including one calling him daddy and pleading for him to come over, a tone that, in context, made the situation even more troubling. Jack was allegedly abroad in Dubai at the time, but according to Norway, his team continued inviting the girls over in his absence. Jack later addressed the situation in disbelief, saying that he really cared about Norway and couldn't believe he would betray him like that. Soon after, streamer Neon reignited the controversy during a heated rant, alleging that Jack had a pattern of finding 17-year-olds on the verge of turning 18, inviting them onto his yacht, getting them drunk, and signing them to contracts granting him 50% of their lifetime earnings.
I just don't give a f anymore, man. I just don't care, bro. The crazy thing is, Jack, you would not say that to my face, bro. You're a joke. Let me tell you exactly what Jack does. I don't care. You want to say that? Now I'm going to violate you and expose your script. Here's what you do. I'm going to tell you exactly what you do. You get 17-year-old girls the night before their birthday. You buy a $10,000 yacht every time. You get them drunk and they sign a contract. 50% of their life every single time. You.
He didn't say allegedly. He said it as a fact. And although Neon is known for bluster, Jack never pursued legal action. Even Natalie Reynolds, another former collaborator, echoed similar accusations months earlier in December 2023, tweeting that Jack had waited for a girl's 18th birthday to get her drunk on a yacht and sign a contract. She added that Jack had used his connections to get her Instagram account taken down after she cut ties with him. In her words, he can't make money off her anymore. None of these claims have been confirmed, but collectively they painted a damning portrait, one of a creator who had blurred the line between influencer and predator, business and exploitation. Jack would literally do anything for clout. As Jack's empire grew, so did the cracks in its foundation. His streams started drawing scrutiny for another reason entirely. The numbers didn't add up. View counts soared overnight, yet chat activity lagged behind. Clips began circulating online showing his on-screen overlays flickering with the words robot views, evidence that he was artificially inflating his audience. Caught red-handed, Jack deflected. He insisted that unnamed third parties were adding fake traffic without his consent and framed the whole thing as jealousy from small creators. Then, in typical fashion, he spun the scandal into a flex, boasting about lucrative partnerships and new streaming deals, arguing that haters were just mad he was making money. But the illusion of success was short-lived. On November 22, 2024, Jack launched a live stream titled Buying Meme Coins Live. It started as supposed investment entertainment, him scanning the market, chatting with fans, but it quickly revealed itself as something else entirely. The token he chose, McLaren Coin, had been created less than an hour before the stream began.
But it's crazy how I can click anywhere in this 23-minute stream and just hit a place where he is scamming. Just a random spot. Yeah, here it is. He eventually buys McLaren. Because of his McLaren crash, he's leaning into it. So he keeps talking about buying the McLaren coin on Pump Fun. All that Solana. Oh boy. and eventually just in stream without saying anything. It doesn't even look like he made much money from the rug either. Like, if you just look at the graph, it doesn't seem like he even made off with it like any money.
For him, every controversy was a brand asset, proof that people were still watching. That same obsession with attention bled into his interactions with bigger names. During a live stream with Kai Cenat, Jack attempted what he called the sub-gift meta, donating massive amounts of money in exchange for clout.
One more? Why are you guys insane like that? You dirty little.
It's a gamble. It's almost like roulette.
It's not even for that, it's just funny.
He gifted hundreds of subscriptions, expecting a reciprocal shout-out and access to Kai's audience. Instead, Kai publicly mocked the stunt, thanked him sarcastically, and admitted afterward that he and his chat had finessed him for $300.
Thank you so much. Nah. He was doing bad all year, chat. I'm not associating myself with that. He was doing bad. He was doing bad all year, chat. That's not good. That's not good vibes. That's not good vibes. That's not good vibes. That's not good vibes. But we got 300 though. We got 300. W300. We got 300 though. We Gucci.
It was humiliation disguised as collaboration, and Jack learned too late that you can't buy respect. Still chasing credibility, he sat down for an interview with Packgod in December 2024, hoping to rehabilitate his image. It didn't work. The host confronted him directly about promoting OnlyFans creators to a largely underage audience, pointing out the hypocrisy of using kid-styled editing and thumbnails to sell adult content.
So one thing that a lot of people were asking about that I'll just relay for you is your primary source of income. Where would you say you make the most amount of money on the internet? If you don't mind disclosing that. If you do, that's all.
I'm pretty sure you're digging for the OnlyFans answer. No, I'm kidding, but obviously, it's not like...
Jack tried to joke it off, muttering that it's just business, but the mask slipped.
Okay, well, let's move on real quick. So, a lot of people have, some fault with you promoting OnlyFans to young children. What would you say to these people who say that, that's an irresponsible thing to do? Making videos for young children with editing that's stylized for young children, and then at the end of these videos, what you're doing is promoting pornography. What do you say to that?
Business, dog. What are you gonna do about it?
It's just business?
I'm kidding. Stop.
No, okay, Jack, come on, man, come on.
When pressed, he backpedaled, mumbling excuses about management deals and creative freedom. In that brief, uncomfortable silence, the entire facade cracked. The prankster persona, the entrepreneur branding, the moral shrug that justified everything. What came through instead was the truth that has always defined Jack Doherty. Money over meaning, profit over principle, and the unshakable belief that as long as people were watching, he could never really lose. Every time Jack Doherty pushed a boundary, a platform pushed back, only for him to treat the penalty as another badge of honor. His first major strike of the year came on January 7th, 2024, when Kick issued a 24-hour ban after Jack urged a woman on stream to expose herself live for donations. It wasn't subtle or accidental, it was part of his ongoing race to shock, each stunt more desperate than the last. Yet instead of embarrassment, he played it off as censorship, joking that he'd just take the day off and make more money tomorrow. 4 days later, he managed to irritate an entirely different corner of the internet. On January 11th, YouTubers Memulous and I'm Alex woke up to copyright strikes, filed not by a network or label, but by Jack himself. The videos in question were harmless commentary clips mocking his behavior, yet he weaponized the copyright system to silence them. Both creators took to Twitter, tagging Team YouTube and accusing him of false claims. The platform sided with them within days, reversing the strikes and publicly confirming the abuse of the system. It was a moment that exposed how fragile Jack's ego really was. Behind all the bluster about haters, he couldn't tolerate criticism without trying to erase it. By early 2025, Jack Doherty was out of second chances. After months in limbo, Kick quietly lifted his suspension, reinstating his account in what looked like an olive branch from the very platform that had built and buried him. Jack treated it like a redemption arc. He went live, announcing that he'd finally learned and was turning over a new leaf. He thanked the platform for its forgiveness, promised to be humble and different this time, and told his audience he was done with the antics that got him banned. It was the same speech he'd given a dozen times before. For a few brief weeks, it seemed like maybe, just maybe, he believed it. That illusion shattered on February 19th, 2025. Jack was streaming outdoors with another creator, Joshua Blog, in what started as a typical IRL session. Banter, street interactions, small talk with chat. Then a stream sniper approached, tossing chips in Jack's direction, a petty gesture meant to irritate him. Most streamers would have laughed it off or ignored it. Jack didn't. His bodyguard stepped forward, and within seconds, things escalated.
Bro, I think I might just have to, bro. Yeah. I think I might just have to. Well, they're getting chips everywhere. All right. Enough. Stupid. Now what? Dave, he's good. Dave, let him be. Let him be.
We're good.
So touch me. Yeah, now what? Stupid.
One-on-one. Do me one-on-one.
Yeah, I just did, buddy. I beat the out of you. You won't even show your face.
Yo, come on.
You won't even show your face.
The man was shoved, restrained, and nearly slammed to the ground, while Jack shouted in the background, egging on the harassment instead of stopping it. The entire confrontation unfolded live, broadcast to thousands. Within hours, Kick moderators had seen enough. His account was instantly rebanned, this time permanently. When Jack realized it, he spiraled live on air, first in disbelief, then in fury. What followed was a meltdown so volatile, it sealed his fate. He lashed out at the platform's leadership, naming executives, hurling insults, even mocking the Australian staff in a tirade that felt less like defiance and more like a man publicly imploding.
Guys, I tried to get unbanned from Kick, right? You guys want to hear what my message was to Kick? Let me know. I wrote a message, McKinley. Remember the message I wrote this morning, and I put it in ChatGPT, and they gave me the in like college essay. But then they denied it. So them. Yeah, them in the ass. You Kick, suck my dick. You and lick my balls. Eddie, you can suck my fucking dick until you fucking to your mouth. Sorry.
But that response was like the best thing ever. You could have worded it better.
Yeah, ChatGPT couldn't have worded it better.
Really couldn't have.
No, I'm kidding, but I typed in everything I wanted to get across into ChatGPT. Well, I actually typed it out in an email, was ready to press send. Then I copied it, put it in ChatGPT, and said, make me sound like a G. And then it did, and it was perfect. And I can read it out for you guys, and it didn't f***ing work, so. This is what I wrote. Ready? Also, guys, I'm taking a $100 cash giveaway after I read this email, so if you guys want to win $100 per cash from the chat, on my party chat, if you guys are on Twitch, go to my party chat, parti.com/Jack Doherty. One of you guys getting a $100 cash app. Let's go. Well, let's see. This is what I wrote to Kick. Okay, I said, Dear Kick. Oh, that's a long one. Dear Kick, I hope this message finds you well. I'm writing to appeal my ban, which was issued over a month ago. I understand and fully respect the platform's guidelines, and I'm certain that and aware that certain actions on my stream may have violated these rules. However, I would like to explain the context surrounding the incident and provide clarity on the situation. The incident in question occurred when I was assaulted by a stream sniper who has a history of targeting streamers in order to provoke conflict and create controversy. During the live stream, I was physically attacked on camera by this individual. I had no prior warning that I would be assaulted. Gotta play victim. And because I was the victim too, but gotta plead the fifth here. No, I'm kidding. And I was forced to defend myself, both for my personal safety and to protect my public image. I'm sure you understand how difficult it can be to manage situations like this when they unexpectedly happen. Immediately after the incident, I ended my streaming to leave the footage, as I am fully aware of the platform's policy regarding violence. I take full responsibility for how I handle the situation in real time, but I want to emphasize that I never intended for the violence to occur, and that I do not condone such actions on my streams. In hindsight, I now realize how critical it is to prevent such incidents from being broadcasted to avoid similar situations in the future. I will implement a 30 second to 1 minute stream delay, give my monitors time to intervene and end the stream before any inappropriate actions make it to the public broadcast. That sounded not like me. Additionally, I would like to highlight that I have previously been assaulted during live streams by other well-known creators such as Fousey and Prime. Throw them under the bus. But there was no consequence for their actions. I understand this is not just for my own situation, but I believe this context demonstrates that such incidents are unfortunately not rare in the live streaming environment. I genuinely regret the incident and assure you that this was an isolated event. Moving forward, I will do everything in my power to ensure that no such event occurs again. I respect the platform's rules and guidelines, and I'm committed to providing a positive and safe environment for my audience. I respectfully ask for your understanding and consideration lifting my ban. I appreciate your time and opportunity to address the situation. F you, Jack Doherty. Just kidding. Besides the you part. But now I'm going to add the you part because they ridiculous on my ban. So what should I say? Respectfully.
Every time he was given a chance to rebuild, Jack treated it as proof that he was untouchable. This time there would be no recovery, no platform waiting to take him back. The permaban wasn't just a technical decision, it was a collective conclusion. But what the platforms couldn't take from him, life soon did. On March 25th, 2025, Jack's longtime girlfriend and business partner, McKinley Richardson, finally left. Police were outside his Los Angeles house as she packed her things and drove off. Jack went live again, framing the breakup as betrayal and financial sabotage.
It's like my girlfriend called the cops on me to get all her stuff out. Insane. Like, what the fuck? I can't believe what's happening right now.
We can.
Yes, you wouldn't answer me. You called the cops before you talked to your boyfriend? Are you kidding me? Like, how the fuck are you doing that? That's it, bro. That's all I did.
That I don't know.
Yeah, but I did. I just wanted to talk to you. That's it. So you wouldn't answer me, bro. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, what?
Hey,
you called the cops on me.
McKinley, slow down so I can be with you.
You gotta get out of my house. I didn't listen to you. I didn't say you can come in.
She's letting us in.
She doesn't own this house. I didn't say you can come in my house.
Her address is
I don't
on
care.
here. She's a resident here.
I don't care. You guys aren't allowed in my house.
We're not here to have a hard
You guys aren't allowed in my house. I'm sorry.
She lives here.
Who gave you?
She did.
She doesn't.
Waters, rights.
She doesn't own this house. Just because she lives doesn't mean she gave you permission to. Bro, you called the cops on me in my own fucking house after I've done everything for you. I didn't threaten you, bro.
He live-streamed his desperation, calling her repeatedly on speakerphone while officers stood outside. Viewers listened to him beg between insults. Later, body cam footage from one of the responding officers surfaced. It showed McKinley's friend explaining that Jack had put his hands on her the night before. The friend hid her car down the block, afraid he'd see it and lash out. The officer's report mentioned threats, Jack allegedly saying he'd put a hit on the woman helping McKinley move out.
Domestic violence.
Stand by so she put some stuff on.
Yeah. So he got violent with her last night. He put his hands on her. She came to my house. I'm the friend. I'm an old friend of his. But she's right there in a different car, waiting. Yeah. If he were to see my car, it would have escalated things. So I hid here. She's there with her friend in a car in a Nissan that he's never seen before. So
Well, who's she and he and who are all these people?
McKinley.
Okay.
McKinley.
That's who the caller is.
Yes. Yeah, McKinley. She's right there. She's in a car next to the house that the call is for. But we were told Dodge, but they're right there. Yeah, we're waiting for her.
So you're friends of McKinley?
Yes. He drove her here. I'm sorry. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I'm an old friend of Jack's, who's the person that is her ex-boyfriend.
Okay.
McKinley was staying at our house, and so we drove her here. If he saw us, it would have made it worse. So her other friend is with McKinley right now.
Who's the other person?
Who's the other friend?
G. Her name's G.
No, who's the other person who's going whose house is going?
Jack Doherty.
Okay. So she's going to his house to get
To
some
get
of her
her
stuff.
car and all of her belongings. But we're scared he he's locked the very door and has easily violent, threatening so that's text why you guys messages that he wants to punch her in the face, that he's going to destroy her shit. So I was like, it'd be good just to have you guys there just in case anything happened. So that's it.
Was she living there?
Mm-hmm.
For how long?
A year. They've been there for 2 years. Yeah.
2
years now, I think.
And then she has her.
Just like my clothes, my car. I'm not really worried about like, I have guns that are like registered under my name too. I just want to make sure I get like everything that's mine and like.
Wait, do you live here?
Yeah, I live here with my boyfriend who's coming out right now.
Okay.
Like I haven't seen him.
Is your address registered to this address and everything?
Yeah, my ID is.
Okay. How long have you been living here?
About a year, 2 years. Sorry, I'm just like. I do.
Listen,
What the f are you doing?
Listen.
I'm getting
Why do you have
stuff.
to make it be like this, bro?
Because
Why are you
I'm
involving the
scared.
cops? You're calling the cops on me?
Excuse me.
After all, nah.
Excuse me. She wants to get some stuff from your house or from her house, which she has every right to do, and all she wants to do is leave after that.
Bro.
Nice and peaceful. Not a big deal. Nobody's in trouble. She just wants to go grab some stuff and be gone. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
When clips of that line leaked, everyone turned on him completely. By then, the empire Jack built on chaos had collapsed into self-parody. The cars, the girls, the streams, all of it was gone. What remained was a man still performing while his life crumbled around him, mistaking public ridicule for relevance. He had once said, "Nothing will ever stop me," but in the end, everything did. By morning, the tone had flipped. After a night of calling McKinley evil and accusing her of robbing him of $500,000 a month, Jack Doherty was back on stream, eyes swollen, voice trembling, saying he still loved her.
How's your relationship now with her? It's cooked.
Cooked?
Yeah, I've never been like heartbroken before. Like, it was like crazy. I was like, I can't believe I got.
The whiplash was textbook Jack. Grief one moment, bravado the next, each emotion designed for retention. The same audience that watched him rage the night before was now watching him cry, and he knew it. Sympathy was just another currency. Within weeks, he'd found a new prop for the performance, Christiana Sansone, a brunette influencer who bore an uncanny resemblance to McKinley. Same hair, same frame, same camera angles.
Hey, what's up, McKinley? How's it going? How's everything going with you and FaZe Lacey? Or did you?
Then came the final act. On May 7th, 2025, Jack claimed he had been jumped by armed men in broad daylight and robbed of 2 diamond chains. He called the police, gave a trembling on-camera statement, and told followers it was the scariest moment of his life. But from the start, his story didn't hold. In one version, he said he'd been tackled to the ground. In another, he was pinned against a wall. Later, he claimed he'd chased the robbers down the street. He hadn't filmed any of it, something unthinkable for a man who documented everything. His demeanor afterward was oddly calm, more performative than shaken. Even his ex, McKinley, hinted online that the incident might have been staged. Theories multiplied. Insurance scam, clout grab, self-inflicted stunt. Within days, the internet collectively stopped pretending to care. For years, Jack Doherty had made chaos his brand. Now it barely registered as news. What once set the internet ablaze barely sparked a meme anymore. At the same time, Kick, his most profitable streaming outlet, was gone for good, and YouTube had stopped rewarding his chaos. The view counts that once stretched into the millions had withered to 5 digits. Clips of him yelling in parking lots, once guaranteed virality, now barely broke a few thousand views. Audiences had moved on. The algorithm had too. The lavish $10 million mansion he flaunted in every thumbnail now hung over him like a time bomb of unpaid taxes, maintenance costs, and shrinking income streams. The Lamborghini shots and money-counting montages that once symbolized victory had become relics of an era that ended the moment people stopped finding him entertaining. For the first time, Jack seemed to be running out of stunts and out of people willing to clean up after them. Where does someone like Jack Doherty go from here? There are only 2 paths left, and both are familiar. Path A would be the miracle. Accountability, therapy, restitution. He could admit what he's done, apologize sincerely, and rebuild his life in private. He could seek help, pay those he exploited, and pivot towards something stable, something real. But history makes that look impossible. Path B is the one that feels inevitable. When every scheme stops working, chase the next one, no matter how reckless. Bigger stunts, faker controversies, anything to stay in circulation. But that route leads to diminishing returns and possibly criminal ones. If the Rodeo Drive robbery story really was staged, it edges into false reporting, a charge that carries actual legal weight. Jack Doherty has always mistaken attention for validation and validation for love. Now with no audience left to applaud him, he's standing in the silence he created. The irony is kind of poetic. The man who once built a career on never facing consequences is finally surrounded by nothing else.